Okay, if we could all please, for one moment, face the American flag, and I will lead you in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like to thank you all for showing up today for this ceremony. I'd like to acknowledge a lot of people here. And it's a really great crowd, and I always love to see it. It shows that everyone's here supporting the fire department, and it's not just past members of the fire department, current members of the fire department, it's the citizens that show up, and that's always very important, and the city officials are always here, and they always support us. So I'd like to acknowledge, and this is no disrespect toward the mayor, but the most important guy in the room right now, and out here, Mr. Mike Dion, all right, head of CDA. We have His Honor, the Mayor of Fall River, Jason Correa. We have a very important person here because he is in touch with the big guy upstairs, the fire chaplain, Mike Racine. We had state delegates, Alan Sylvia, he had to leave, but he was here earlier. And of course, we have Representative Carol Fiola. And this is her district, so this is a proud day for her. Also, part of the federal delegation, we have Glenda from Representative Izaguirre. Sorry. I'm Irish, it's kind of tough for me to pronounce French names, Spanish names. I'm good with Sullivan and Smith and we also have city official Steve Camara, city councilor. We have Paul Coogan out in the crowd there somewhere. Paul, where are you? We have Michelle Dion, she's running for city council. All big supporters of us. This gentleman I'm going to introduce next is not a city official, but he's a very important representative of the fire department because anytime we have a problem with anything, he always seems to help us out, and he's a great resource to have. And that would be Mr. Carl Sawayko. I will not be letting Carl give a speech because he's very fluid and he's very good, but we want to keep this a little short because it's a little cool today. We also have fire commissioners, Rick Ballou and Mark Tibitot. We have President Jay Burns, Local 1314. Jay. And I have to say a little something about Jay because this ceremony is our 11th ceremony. No, sorry, 9. 9 new pieces of apparatus we put in. And this ceremony was basically developed with the help of Jay Burns because he came to me and he says, Chief, we should do something. This is something quite extraordinary for the fire department. Who knows when it'll happen again? So we put our heads together and we came up with this ceremony. I think it's a good one. So Jay, I want to thank you for that. I'd like to thank all the members of Stanley Street and the current members of the Fall River Fire Department are here. I'm not going to introduce all of you because there's too many of you, but thanks for coming. I would like to introduce the retirees who took time out of their busy day to show up for this ceremony. So we have Mike Perry, he just recently retired from Platform 1. I think Jerry Como is still hanging around somewhere, or did he leave? All right. We have Scott Isaacson. Ike, where are you? Ike goes to everything. We have Kenny Towers out there from the old Ladder 2, which is now called the War Horse. We have Andy Bissinger. Andy, where are you? There he is. We have Todd Byron. Doug Sullivan. And Teddy Burke. There you are, Teddy. Is there any retirees that I'm missing that snuck in the back door when I wasn't looking? Oh, how could I miss him? Captain Handler, former captain of Engine 12. He was supposed to bring his guitar today and do a couple of melodies for us, but he chickened out. He wanted to get paid. And that's not in my budget, so it's not going to happen. So just briefly, this is a great moment, and this couldn't have happened, in all honesty, without the help of Mr. Mike Dion, because this truck was bought with CDA block grant money, which is special. It came out of his operating budget. So Mike is not going to be able to afford too many new suits after this, but you know, it's a big sacrifice he made. But it's huge for us because we've replaced almost our entire fleet. And it's really big for this area of the city because anybody that's older than me knows that Stanley Street Station has never had any new apparatus here. It's always been a hand-me-down piece of apparatus. So now it's complete. Not only do we have new ladder truck, we have now this beautiful new pumper. And that's incredible. It's the oldest station built in 1911, still in being operated with. So it's great that we can still fit this brand new modern apparatus here. And it says a lot about the city of Fall River. You know, I said this for the last few years. The state officials, the city officials, the citizens of Fall River always support public safety, but especially the fire department. And nobody's more appreciative of that than myself. And I'm sure that the members out there also appreciate what's happened here. Because it wasn't too long ago, you get on some of that apparatus and you were just thankful if it started up and it made it to the fire scene without breaking down. So now we have apparatus that we can rely on, that we can trust, that also showcases the city of Fall River and the Fall River Fire Department. It says something. When you're going down the street, whether you're responding to a fire, a medical emergency, or just going to do an inspection, the citizens of Fall River see that. People from outside the city see that. And it's impressive because I don't think there's a finer city than Fall River. I've lived here my whole life. I'm proud to be the fire chief of the city of Fall River. And every day, when I cross a Braga Bridge sometimes and I look at that city spread out before me and I say, boy, aren't I lucky to live in this great city of Fall River, because it's impressive. And I think everybody here feels the same way as me. Now, I want to apologize because I lied. I said I wasn't going to say too much, but I'm looking at Carl Sawayko and he just said, he inspires me. You know? So I just wanted to say that. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce His Honor, the Mayor of Fall River, Jaisal Correa. My pleasure.
Thank you, Chief. Good morning. Good morning. What a beautiful day for another fire truck here in Fall River. It has truly been an honor to help shepherd this new department with, of course, Chief Lynch, who is just the best chief you can ever imagine to work with. And I know everybody feels the same way. He's tireless, he's fearless, he's humble, he's intelligent, and he's really turned around this fire department. So, Chief, thank you. It's been an honor. Give him a round of applause. And his good looks, of course. He reminded me just now. This is truly a great day to really round off this 9th ceremony here at our oldest fire station. Is just an incredible day, an incredible feeling. As I talk to some of the firefighters in our department, they're just so thrilled about all the new equipment that they have, the washers and dryers, the new roofs getting done finally around the city, and it just really is a special day. And you know, we now have the benefit of time. So when you look back in time, 3.5 years ago, when fire stations were experiencing shutdowns, when firefighters were being laid off, when trucks were breaking down on the way to a fire, and the place that we're at today, just 3.5 years later, 4 years later, the tireless commitment of the entire professional team at City Hall and in the fire department has really shepherded a new generation of firefighting here in the city of Fall River, one that'll last very, very long and into the future. So I'm just very proud of that. I think it's an incredible department. The chief says it's the best one in the universe, I think he says, and I couldn't agree more. So God bless each and every one of you and your family. The city continues to stand behind you to ensure that each and every one of you comes home safe to your family and friends every single day. And we can't be prouder, and we can never thank you enough for the work that you do as firefighters in Fall River. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much.
I'd like to call up Carol Fiola right now. And like I spoke about earlier, this is her district, so this is a proud moment for her also. And she's helped out with a lot of things with the fire department. She's always on our side, and I thank her for that. So Carol, come on, say a few words. Thank you.
And as I've always said, the chief and I go way back, and a few of us in this audience do as well. And we've promised not to tell those stories, right, Chief? It's a proud day for me. These are my stomping grounds growing up. This building has always been an icon in the neighborhood. To see it now in the 21st century, and to see this equipment that all of you get to benefit from, because every day we benefit from your bravery, from your professionalism, and from your pride. Those of you who go out, wait here for the bell. We heard some trucks go by a few minutes ago, not knowing what was going to happen next or what will be happening next. So as I head up to Boston today, and whether we're testifying on bills having to do with all of you, whether it's funding, and whether it's just support, know that we all have your back and that we're eternally grateful. Thank you very much. Thank you, Chief.
I'll let you introduce Councilor Steve Camarino. He'll say a few words.
Thank you, Chief. I guess we're all part of this neighborhood. I'm just 2 blocks away. The Highland Neighborhood Association often speaks about the importance of this station and possibly a new station that might be forthcoming in the near future. You know, my connection to the fire department, I like to tell the story of my Dalmatian Freckles back when I was just a boy who used to ride the fire trucks with my Uncle Bob, Bill White. The chief remembers him. Maybe a few of the older guys might remember Bill White. But it's just an honor for me to be a member of a council that has consistently been supportive of every request that comes before us to support our firefighters and support fire protection. So, Chief, thank you for the good work you do, and we look forward to continued support. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor. Now we're going to get into the heart of the matter now, which is, we call it the christening of the peace. There's a lot of symbolism behind it. And this is the ceremony that basically Jay Burns and myself put together. So if I could get the drivers of old engine 12 and the new engine 12 to start it up, please. And if people could just push back from the doors, get in the sun. It's a lot warmer there also. So what's going to happen here is we're going to take water from the booster tank of old engine 12, and we're going to put it in the tank of the new engine 12. We're going to take that hose line, and we're going to wet down the new engine 12. And that is basically the christening or the passing of the torch. So the old is giving something to the new.
Good and gracious God, as we gather on this day to dedicate this new piece of fire apparatus, Engine 12, throughout the Old Testament, we are reminded of the many dedications of altars and temples dedicated to the glory of God. Today we ask your blessings upon this engine and all its equipment as it implements of our trade as firefighters and to meet the many emergency needs of the city of Fall River. We come today in gratitude not only for this new piece of equipment, but for all of the firefighters of our department who every day give wholehearted devotion to their daily work to which they are called, to serve and protect our citizens each day. Bless them and protect them each day. Amen.
Would the driver of Old Engine 12 please get ready to depart? I'd like to call everybody to attention. Just like we never forget the men and women who serve the city of Fall River, especially in public safety, and we always honor their service. Same thing with our old trucks. We never forget the service they performed for the citizens of Fall River. So we honor our trucks just like we honor our men and women. Everybody, attention, present arms. In the old days, the firefighters would push the wagon back in. In honor of that, the men of Engine 12 are going to back the piece in. They're going to push it in. So I can have the current members of Engine 12